I know I've been on a soapbox about these phones in the schools, and I'm sorry. But now it's story time. I'll tell you why. First day of school. My 11-year-old, 6th grade granddaughter starts a new school, okay? My daughter's at work. She tells me to go pick up the child. I'm like, okay, I'm on the pickup list. So I get in the school line, all of this kind of thing. I wait, and I wait, and I wait. She never shows up. The staff are asking me, has she not come out yet? No, she's not in my car. They asked me to pull out of the way, and they proceed to load all the other kids up with their car ride. The principal comes over to me, gets her name, her grade, and then he asks me, does she have her cell phone? No, dude. Y'all didn't want them being on cell phones, so her mom made her leave it at home. So no, she doesn't have a cell phone. If she had a cell phone, I have her on Life 360, so I would have known exactly where she was. But no, she didn't have a cell phone because her mom felt it wasn't even needed in school since she couldn't be on it, even during recess or lunch. The principal and staff continue to look for this child while they're trying to load up all these other students. They're calling the bus barn. They're calling this person. Bus barn can't get in touch with people. They want the people driving the buses, of course, ain't answering their phones because it's a cell phone. Finally, he talks to somebody at the bus barn who thinks she might have gotten on a bus and headed in that direction, rode the bus today. I said, well, she wasn't supposed to, but I'll ride to the house and go check. So I go to the house, and I'm sitting there waiting. This particular bus pulls up, drops off one child that's not my granddaughter, and then speeds off. So I'm on the phone frantic with my daughter, and I'm pulling out of the driveway and frantically trying to chase this bus to stop it to see if my granddaughter's on it. The bus disappears. I can't find it nowhere. So I go back to the house. We try to call the school. It's 4 o'clock. School's closed now. You're not going to reach nobody, but this child's still missing. Now, granted, my daughter's trying to work through all of this, and she's horrified that something has happened to her daughter. I get on the phone with the bus barn and talk to the bus barn lady and tell her the bus came by and didn't drop off a kid. So she finally gets in touch with the bus driver, and 10 minutes later, my granddaughter's at the house. She rode the bus accidentally. Now, I don't blame the school. And it wasn't the principal's fault. It wasn't the staff's fault. It was actually my granddaughter's fault because she's 11. They don't always follow instructions, right? But that would have been a good day to have a cell phone, would it not? Would have been a good day. I sympathize with these parents that, were getting in touch with their children and their children. That phone was their lifeline when gunfire was being rung out through the school in Georgia. You see all these posts about these parents texting, these kids that were texting their parents. I love you. I'm sorry, Mom. I'm going to try and do better. All this kind of stuff. Really? Those kids needed that lifeline that day. Don't take their cell phones. If you've got a student in class and you're a teacher and that cell phone is distracting your class, or that student is not listening and they're on that cell phone, you deal with that student. That's the knucklehead. That's the one that's distracting everybody. Deal with them. Take that phone. Send it to the office. Have the office lock it down till the end of the day. That's documented. That's strike 1. Strike 2, strike 3, you out, buddy. You out. No phone for you. No privileges for you. There are several students that do not break the rules. They follow the rules. And those are the students that I would imagine in some kind of crisis like that in Georgia, they would love to have their cell phone and be able to talk to their parents. They would be able to love to let their parents know, something's happening, Mom, something's happening. I'm scared. Instead of just being huddled in a corner, feeling like they're fixing to be the next duck in line. Use those bags that you've got in the school system now that so much money has went for. Use those bags to lock up the phones of the students that won't do what they're supposed to do and won't follow the rules. All the money that was spent for those bags could have went towards getting those lanyards that we need for our teachers and the staff to be able to alert law enforcement and everybody else in the building when there's a red alert for a school shooter. I'm sorry to be a big mouth about it. I am. But I've been in a situation where I wish my granddaughter had had her cell phone. As many kids has come up missing and stuff these days, that was a horrifying time. And heaven forbid me be standing outside the high school gate and my granddaughter can't get in touch with me and there's something going on in that school. I want to know. I want to know she's okay. If you don't want to know that your kids are okay, then there's something wrong with you, right? It's all about having rules and following rules. Parents, make sure your kids follow the rules. Teachers, principals, make sure you enforce the rules. If they don't follow them, then they are in trouble. That's the way it's always been. You don't follow the rules, you are in trouble. You lose your privilege. Kids these days are scared of you losing privileges because they know nothing's going to happen. Snap their attention. Get their attention. It's for their own safety. And they need to be able to talk to their parents when they need to be able to talk to their parents.